Problem 19, it says if f of x equals the square root of x plus 1 for all values of x greater than or equal to 0. So any value where x is going to be larger than or equal to 0, we're going to use this equation. And we use f of x equals x squared plus 2 for all values where x is less than 0. Any negative number, we use this one. So if it's 0 or larger, we got to use this equation. If it's less than 0, we use this equation. That's what this is meaning. It says, what is the sum of f to the negative 3 and f to the 8th? If we plug in negative 3, which equation do we use? We have to use this equation because it says for all values where x is less than 0. So f of 3, negative 3, we're going to use this equation. So if I do f of negative 3, that's going to be negative 3 squared plus 2. Don't forget your parentheses. If you're squaring a negative number, you know it's going to be positive. If you try entering this in the calculator, so many of us are lazy and do, you're going to miss this one because you're just going to enter negative 3 squared and then it's going to give you negative 9 because technically, if you don't put the parentheses around it, it's being read as the opposite of 3 squared. So make sure you don't make that mistake. And again, we can see here, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. 9 plus 2, this gives us 11 for this f of negative 3. Now what about f of 8? Well, the x value in this case is greater than or equal to 0, so I got to use this equation. So it'll be the square root of 8 plus 1. So that's the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is simply 3. And it simply says, what's the sum? Sum meaning addition. We have to add the two. So I add 11 and 3. When I add them, boom, 14 is my answer for problem number 19.